Hi guys, and welcome to our video today. Today we have a lovely woman who has been through something pretty rough in the past few months, and she's got a lot to talk about with it. And she has some interesting nails. There's a couple toes where we've actually already taken the toenails off because they were so difficult for her to manage, and you'll see they don't look horrible. But not a super long video today, and very nice lady, and I hope you enjoy our video.
All right, so has this been longer than usual
For right here saying you?
for you?
Yeah, well it has, but I had a stroke about at the end of April.
What happened?
I had what they call was a brain stroke in the cerebellum. It is really weird because I'm not a candidate for a stroke. I don't have sleep apnea. My pulse has always been good. I eat healthy. I walk like maybe 7 or 8 miles every other day. And it was just funny because I was at choir practice and I started feeling, the stuff started going like up and down. And I thought, okay, I'm going to tell my sister that I need to maybe go into Minute Clinic. I may have an inner ear infection. Because that's what they start, this inner ear infection does.
With like vertigo.
Vertigo.
Yeah.
The nurse practitioner said she couldn't see any indications because there was none of these like crystals in my ear.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I thought, okay, well, probably have a bad case of the stomach flu. And then Sunday, I started getting really sick, and I had to stay at my sister's. Finally, Monday, she goes, Tuesday morning we're going to the doctor. Now I was really bad then. I couldn't even tolerate the car ride or anything else. Dizziness, all this other stuff. And the doctor immediately had me go to the emergency room at the Maple Grove Hospital. And that's when they found out I had a stroke with the MRI.
Wow.
Yeah.
Any other symptoms?
The symptoms I had were double vision. That was another thing. I had double vision. I saw two things all the time. Dizziness, my coordination was really bad. And I was in the hospital about 2 or 3 days, and I went back to my sister's. Nobody tells you at all the recovery or having that thing is a nightmare. You can't open your eyes. You can't do anything. You can't eat. You
Because of the vertigo?
The vertigo is so bad. And you can't walk. So my sister had literally take me to the bathroom and dress me.
Do you have a walker?
No, I didn't use a walker. No, but we said no walker. But I had a physical therapist that came, an OT that came to my house, to my sister's house for about a whole month. And then I'm now at Courage Kenny now.
Living there?
No.
Oh,
I just go there as an
outpatient.
outpatient for at least another 2 weeks.
So,
yeah, and I like it. I like it over there because it's really nice. It's a beautiful area. When you go there, the drive is like because of the road construction, but it's real. It's fun. I like my therapists. They're really good.
Yeah, after I got a foot drop from a herniated disc in my back, I went there for physical therapy, and there was one blood. But there was one therapist there I thought was wonderful, and I was really happy with the care.
They all are wonderful. My sister goes in with me because, we do the stuff at home. I do the stuff at home because my balance issues are still pretty bad. But you would never tell I had a brain stroke looking at me. I'm walking now 3 miles a day, and I'm doing all this other stuff. I'm using stairs instead of the elevator. But my sister was telling me this, and she goes, I'm in there, and all of these older people do nothing but complain. One lady goes, my doctors make me take this, but I have my swimming pool. I swim every single day. And this guy goes, I don't need this shit. I got my weights and everything. And
oh, you're doing the pool therapy?
No, I'm talking about what she hears and everything. And they have a pool there too.
Right.
So somebody, and I'm like, yeah, Jill, and I love what I do. I love it. They have me do all this strange stuff, which I love. They have me like, put a 15-pound bags of weight on my legs to walk and everything, and do the side thing and do the stairs and do stuff with your eyes. I said I love it. I love the challenge.
Yeah.
And the people I had there, they're all like good, and I love them all. I'm gonna miss it when I can't go there anymore.
So I haven't seen you since that happened,
Yeah.
is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's been at least like
Yes.
3 or 4 months.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're doing well. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody having a stroke in the cerebellum.
I never did. I never did either.
I mean, I guess it can happen anywhere, but
Yeah, but I was working at Northridge. It was in a town called New Hope, and we had a resident who was 32 years old, had a brainstem locked-in stroke.
oh, that locked-in syndrome
Yeah.
feels like that would be worse than death.
And there's only 7% of the people have that locked in, and it's so worse than death. But you know something, unless you have somebody who can advocate for you, doctor will put you like someplace, put you on a feeding tube. But this lady, they took her to Northridge, which is the second best, besides Sister Kenny.
At the time,
At the time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And she learned how to swallow. She learned how to, not depend on a breathing tube. Now, she couldn't talk or move, but very little.
Could she move her eyes?
She could move her eyes so she could be on Facebook.
Right, so they have those communication things, yeah.
Yes, you can communicate with her too. Everything was going well, and she was very positive, but guess what happened? Did survive COVID. But somehow, about 6 months later, they had her in, she was dying, and they had her in,
Hospice?
Hospice, yeah. And
She was 32 years old?
32 years old.
Wow.
And I think what happened was that even though she survived COVID, I think the COVID was still in her that eventually killed her.
That's too bad.
Because I have a guy in my choir, his name is Steve, and his husband had COVID back in 2020, survived it, but he died 2 years later from complications of it.
From long COVID.
Yeah, long COVID, yeah.
They're doing all kinds of studies now about
Yeah.
that. Oh, that's a really sad story. I'm glad that you're up and about. And
I'm very lucky. I had the best care. I had the best doctors. I had a great neurologist and everything. And I am so happy.
what did you just tell me about coming here?
I said coming here is like having your teeth pulled without Novocaine.
Oh, yeah. And some people don't like having their feet touched. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm torturing you.
No, I think that's toe. I don't know what's wrong with it, that bad toe.
Well, that toe, the skin is right up under the nail,
Oh, yeah.
and that's why it bleeds when we trim it.
Yeah. Is that normal? Or
Common.
it probably is.
I wouldn't say normal, but it is pretty common.
For me it is, because I'm a weird person.
Yeah.
Oh, they couldn't find a hospital for me because Maple Grove only does, certain types of, and so I couldn't get into Northwest. I couldn't get into the other one, and so I had to go into Buffalo, 40 miles. small toe was my worst. Now it's a big toe now.
Yeah. So what I was explaining when the camera was off is that the reason this is a concern, and I keep coming back to this spot, is that this part of the nail wants to grow right into the skin there.
Yeah.
We call that a distal ingrown toenail, and we just can't let it grow right into the skin there. So that's why I kept coming back to it over here. But it looks okay for now. Okay, all right. Well, everything looks good, and I'm really sorry to hear about your stroke. That's rough. Scary.
It was a surprise, but you know, I'm back, and the chances of me having it again, but I'm still on Lipitor. I'm still on Lipitor for the rest of my life. But that's and baby aspirin.
Right. Okay,
But-
I'm just going to put a little bit of antibiotic right where it was bleeding a little bit
But the
there.
funny thing about it is the neurologist, you know, was asking me these questions. My cousin's a doctor, was there too with us. He came from Florida, and you know, he said, "Was there anybody in your family that died from, you know, the complications of strokes?" And the only one I can remember, I know is my grandpa on my mother's side. Otherwise, it was natural causes or cancer. But he thinks that there was something, you know, back in my cerebellum that for some reason was there, and that time it decided to pop or whatever.
Yeah, like what they call an arteriovenous malformation.
Yes.
So, well, thank you for letting me do the video today. Everything looks
okay.
good.
I'll see you in 2 months.
Sounds good.
Yeah.